Hello. I am Erica. I am the Media Relations Liaison for Hellscream Entertainment. We have Hellscream Haunted House, we have Haunted Minds Haunted House, and we are working on a new project called Scorched Earth Haunted Farm, which you will be hearing a lot more about coming up here in a little bit. Today we are doing a monster checkup with one of our amazing actresses. Here she is. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, what haunt you work for, and all that sort of thing.
Well, hello, my name is Cayci, aka Bloody Eyes in this form. I work with Hellscream Haunted House. I've been working with them for 7 years. I started when I was really young. I started when I was 12, actually, which is not a typical activity for a 12-year-old, but I absolutely fell in love with it, and it was one of the main factors that helped me realize my love for makeup and just my love for this and all things creepy and spooky, and I've fallen in love with it ever since.
That makes me so wonderfully happy to hear, because since I've been with Hellscream, I've known you around there, so it's a marvelous. And I've seen this character you're doing, Bloody Eyes, around the haunt. I've seen her around different promotional events. Kind of tell me a little bit about her backstory, where she comes from, all that sort of thing.
Well, the first time I ever played Bloody Eyes was the My Bloody Valentine's Day event for 2018, I believe it was. I tried doing something similar to this, but making it look like my eyes were hearts, but I couldn't quite get it. So I just got some bandages and I just made my eyes bloody, and I was like, this is pretty cool. Can't really see, but we're gonna have fun with it. And I came up with a backstory running around that night that a doctor had kind of gone a little crazy and wanted to remove her eyes to see how well a human could adapt to echo communication, the thing bats do. I can't.
Yeah.
Someone said I was saying it wrong, but that thing. And that was kind of her backstory. I never gave her like a formal name or more of a backstory to that. I kind of just had more fun playing her and just being more random than actually having a very set specific story. But oh,
sorry, I have cats and they are currently deciding to do things they shouldn't be doing.
That's okay. I locked my cat out. I was like, you're not going to interrupt this.
Yeah, they choose to interrupt when I'm recording and only when I'm recording.
They can tell. They can sense.
Yeah. So yeah, you came up with this backstory for this amazing character, who is always a hit at promotional events too, might I say.
Yeah.
The times that I've seen her. And so kind of tell us a little bit about what you're going to do for us here today.
So today I am going to attempt to paint, hence the whiteboard. We're going to do a little bit of finger painting. It's going to be more of like a tutorial theme, like staying proactive, how to paint with your fingers. It's going to be a little hard though, because I obviously can't see. But yeah, I think it's going to be really fun, because who doesn't love finger painting, especially when you can't see? It's a beautiful combination.
Oh, this is going to be amazing to see. So I'm going to set you loose,
okay.
And you can talk about however you want to do. You can finger paint. It's all up to you, man.
All right. First of all, you need your beautiful canvas and your paints. So I don't have very many paints, unfortunately, that are for this type of painting. So we have settled with these three. It's going to be quick. It's going to be fun. It's going to be easy. We got black, brown, and green. So you got your palette. You got your paints. You probably can't see that, but trust me, they're there. So you got your fingers. I'm going to start with my favorite finger. It's this finger. And you're just going to dip it in the paint there. So I'm just going to go for a basic eye. You know, I cannot draw eyes, but I thought that would be funny and ironic. So we're going to paint an eye. So I think most eyes are usually the same shape. Oh, almost the wrong color. So most eyes, I feel like, are the same shape. We're gonna make ours a little different. We're gonna try to make ours a little different. There's paint just going everywhere. Oh gosh. All right. Well, there we go. How should we make ours different? I feel like this is not different. We're gonna make a monster eye. There we go. You know, finger painting doesn't work on this type of material, I'm realizing, but that's okay. So this looks kind of like a normal eye, but you know, that's okay.
Yeah, learning, adapting, just like you do in the hot environment.
Yes, yes. More so for the people. I feel like in any haunt environment, the number one thing you have to adapt to is the customers, because every customer is different and reacts with fear differently.
Mm-hmm. What has been like one of your favorite scares on that? No.
Oh goodness. There's one scare that immediately comes to mind. This was back in the early clown days for me. It was back when we still had our clown maze upstairs, and there was a part of the clown maze where there was a chain link fence, and it had a bunch of I think they were exercise bands, but they were tied to it, and they were like noodles, and people had to go through it. I found out very quickly I could get on top of this cage. I don't know if I was supposed to, but I did. We're just gonna. But I got on top of it, and I would lay there, and then as people came through, they wouldn't see me because they would be so worried about pushing these noodles out of their face. And then as soon as they got to the end, I would drop my head down and just scream. And it would be this whole group of people just fall back into one another. It'd just be dominoes every single time. And this was before the days where we were super, quote unquote, super concerned with conga lines, I guess. Before we had runners and everything to regulate that kind of thing. I was a big contributor of it because of those domino lines, but I'd say that has been one of my most favorite scares to date, because it was just conga lines of people, and they'd be like, how does she get up there? And then I'd pop down, and it was crazy.
Oh, that's amazing. That makes me so happy to hear.
I hope I don't get in trouble for being up there 4 or 5 years later. Whoops.
You're safe now, and we're always learning and always adapting. So you know what? Like,
they took it down. It's gone. They don't have to worry about me getting up there no more.
Yeah, and the thing is, every year we do learn a little bit more about, like, oh, maybe this isn't exactly safe, and we try to give people things to climb on, you know? But it's true. Maybe we shouldn't have done that. Let's adapt. Ooh, I love the color you're using.
Thank you. I can't really tell what type of green it is. I can just tell it's green. I like green eyes. I am a fan of green eyes, so I chose green. Filling it in. I think I'm just smearing around green and black at this point, but that's okay. So I realize I need white. We got some white.
Hey.
Is this just going to be one muddy mess at the end? Probably.
Who knows? We'll find out.
Okay, now we're going to put the little dot in the middle. You can't see it. Here we are.
Yeah.
Now, this looks, it reminds me of the logo from Monsters, Inc. Their little eye logo. Is that a thing, or is that not a thing?
This is just amazing. I'm loving it. So however this turns out, I'm excited to see how this turns out.
This white is real liquidy. It's like white out. I've heard you're supposed to give them like a little gleam. A little gleam in your monster's eyeballs. Give her a little gleam. Now we need to do some eyebrows. This is going to be interesting. As you can tell, I have not been using this time to practice my art skills. It's not been a thing.
I feel like whatever like people do during quarantine, it's up to them, man. Whether that's art or whether that's not art, whatever, it's totally up to them.
I think the one thing I've genuinely honestly been doing is I've been working out. I've been using this time to actually like go running and work out, and it helps me pass the time and feel productive without doing much, but
Mm-hmm.
it's made me feel productive.
That's good. Oh, that's awesome.
But the art skills, yeah, they're not there yet. I wish my eyebrows looked like this. Kind of do look like that, not gonna lie. At one point I didn't have eyebrows though, so I'm glad I do.
There's a story there. I'm not gonna ask.
There is a story there. On my 16th birthday, my friend decided to be funny to like shave part of it off as a joke, and it like shaved half of it. And then we just took off the rest. It wasn't salvageable. So, see, it just messed up that eyebrow too. See, me and eyebrows, we don't have good luck. And they never grew back. Like, they grew back so thin and wispy. I was a 16, 17-year-old who had old lady eyebrows. And it was no fun. And I was thrown into suddenly having to be filling in my eyebrows. So I went through a period of just not good eyebrows.
Oh.
If anybody had an eyebrow glow up, it was not me.
There must have been a period of time where suddenly everything clicked. But like, yeah, I would imagine going from like 0 to 60 on the eyebrow scale would be intimidating.
Yep, that is true. I think that was not the right color, but that's okay. So now we're given some eyelashes. I have a funny story about my eyelashes too.
Oh my God, I want to know.
So everybody knows the common myth that shaving makes your hair grow back darker and thicker.
Mm-hmm.
I had very thin eyebrows, or not eyebrows, well, eyebrows too, but I had very thin eyelashes. So I think I was 13, around 12, 13. I decided to take like nail clippers, and clip my eyelashes down, thinking that they would grow back longer and thicker. They didn't. I was just eyelashless for like however long it took them to grow back, but it was terrible. I don't know why I thought it would be a good idea, but it was not a good idea.
No, I can imagine not. Oh my gosh. The things we do when we're teenagers, man.
Right? Right? Like, I'm surprised I even have eyelashes and eyebrows now. But did they look as good as these eyelashes? No, they did not. These ones are beautiful.
They are beautiful. I love how this is turning out.
I'm going with it. Everything is a red tinge right now. All I see is blood.
You have an interesting pair of rose-colored glasses on.
Thank you. I love it.
And that's one thing that a lot of people, when they see you in this character, they think you actually can't see at all.
Yeah. So it's quite funny actually, because I've had some people like come up right in front of me and like do funny things in front of my face, and they think I can't see, and I just kind of look at them, and then they just look at me, and then they realize, I don't know, a lot of times people realize that I can see them without me saying anything. They just stare at where my eyes should be, and then they get that sense like, oh wait, she's seeing into my soul right now, like she can actually see. But it's funny when people will be like, how many numbers am I holding up? And I'll tell them, and they're like, oh like that's not okay.
I don't like that.
It's quite funny. Yeah. I also make this weird, somewhat clicking noise to help further the backstory of like echo communication.
Echolocation.
Echolocation. Thank you. Oh my goodness. I don't even know my own backstory.
Oh, good.
The clicking noise to help with the backstory, and people do not like that. I also really like going up to people and sniffing them. while looking like this, and they especially do not like that.
Oh, no. I would not like that.
No. Even from a distance, if I just go up and they can see that I'm making the movement of sniffing from even far away, they're like, oh, you're already far away, but no. It's something about being sniffed, especially someone with no eyes.
I don't like that idea of someone doing that to me.
No.
And I've said before, I'm easily scared and easily freaked out. Because I like being scared, and I just imagine someone just like using other senses that you don't typically think about like that.
Yep. I think that's what gets to people is just the sense thing. They don't like their senses being
messed with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'll just go with that. Yeah, or other people's senses being messed with.
Yes, there you go. That's what I was going for.
We're all there. We got this.
I don't know what else. I think I want to make it more monster-like. It looks too normal.
Okay.
I really hope I don't spill this paint everywhere. All right, we're going to give it some veins.
Yeah.
Okay. Make it look all spooky. Oh, goodness. I love it. I'm going to hang this on my wall.
Do it. Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to frame it. I don't have any space on my walls.
Shh, it's okay. Take something else down.
That's true. I could. I have so many, like, posters, paintings, everything on my walls. Okay. There we go. Or should I sell it? Maybe I can sell it. Make some
Moolah.
money.
Hello, this is our famous no-eyed artist.
Yeah.
Bloody eyes.
Now, should I sign it?
Yes, sign it. Sign it.
All right. I'll put a BE. Wait, we gotta make it fancy.
Yeah.
Can't even see it. It's at such an angle. All right. Well, I don't know how to. I don't even know how this thing works.
Ooh.
I think this is my masterpiece.
Yay!
I can't even tell if it's in.
It's in frame. Yeah, we can see it. I now want you to take a look at it without.
Right.
I do. I want to see your reaction.
I can see some of it, but not most of it. So we'll just put her. Okay. Wow. All right. Interesting. I'm surprised I managed to not I'm surprised I managed to mostly make it look like an eye.
It looks like, for the fact that you really couldn't see all that much, it looks really good.
Like, I could see kind of where the lines like ended, but it's more of when I'm wearing this thing, I can see kind of shapes and shadows, but not definition or depth. So I can see some things, but not all things. So it's really kind of difficult in some ways, but not others. But when you're wearing it for a haunt night for 6-7+ hours, it gets so disorienting. Even now, taking that off and all the lights coming back, it's just, it's
especially
so disorienting.
Especially when the rooms that you're in, because everything's in the dark, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like you can't see for crap. Like, do you end up with like bruises and injuries at the end of the night?
Oh yeah. It's always kind of fun. I like to come home and see what new bruises and injuries I have, but I'll always leave with something new, whether it's a scratch, bruise, blood. I'll get in my car and I'll be like, that's new, and I'll just examine myself. But for injuries, I think it's just bound to happen. When you are as into it as I am and as a lot of people at the haunt are, when you go full force, even though you're not supposed to, you get hurt.
I mean, we all do. I mean, and the thing is that all of our actors are so unbelievably passionate when they get into character, and then when they get into the scare, and they get that one scare that is just, oh my God, I made them fall down, or I got this domino effect, or whatever it is. It's hard not to go 100%.
To try to chase it to get another one. Exactly. Because it's just something that you get addicted to in a way. Like once you scare someone so bad, you fight to chase that scare, and you want to get that scare again. You're like, I gotta get it. And it's hard knowing when to not go full force, or knowing when to stop and being like, hey, you need to take a break. But your mind's like, no, keep going. Or I should say your heart's, because your heart is into it, and your brain's like, no, you need to take a break. And you're like, gonna keep going. I've had many moments where I've done that, and then afterward I'm going home and I'm like,
what did you do?
No. There's sometimes I love going to concerts and like just going crazy, and there are times where I will wake up after a haunt night and feel worse than I did after a night of being in a mosh pit.
So
if that puts it into perspective at all.
I feel like it will put it in perspective for a lot of people. I mean, we start our haunt at 7 p.m. and we we close our ticket booth at 10 or 11 p.m. depending on the night. And then we keep going until the line is done. And there are nights you are scaring 1,500 people at Hellscream.
Yeah. And nights continuously, one after the next, especially this season. This past season was the first season I have ever worked every single night. And oh my goodness, I did not expect it to be as taxing as I did expect it to be, but it still went beyond my expectations of how difficult it is to do it every single night that the haunt is open, because that's crazy. I don't think people realize how physically demanding it can be for some people.
And there's a point to that. We do tell our actors, please take care of yourselves. Please bring snacks, bring water. If you need a minute, please tell your runner. You know? Because, and we try to tell everyone, hey, stay at like 40%. If anyone wants to go look at our actor training video, we do talk about it in that video. But like 40% is like a good thing to like stay at if you're just in character all night long, and then bring it up to 70% when someone's in the room, and then back down to 40 so you're not constantly at 100. Because when you hit 100 and you're doing 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, you
burn out so fast.
Out.
Yes.
So.
And I have made that mistake for so long. The first like 2 or 3 years I did the haunt, I didn't know that, so I just went ham all night long, and that's why I did maybe Friday and Saturday night, and that's all I could handle. Little 12, 13, 14-year-old me, that's all I could handle, because I went so crazy for 2 nights straight, and I was just, Sunday, I slept all day.
I don't blame you. I mean, last season, I didn't act very much at all. I think I acted like 2 days last season, because I was mostly doing media. But even doing media, I felt exhausted. So I can't imagine what our actors were going through.
I feel like any position and job in a haunted house is taxing in some way or another, because there's just so much going on and so much needing to happen to be as successful as Hellscream is. It's a lot of moving parts that a lot of people are doing, and it's a lot that people don't necessarily realize sometimes. But then when you do, it's an amazing thing.
And you did talk, you've been in, haunting for a while. Why Hellscream? Why are you with Hellscream?
Well, Hellscream was when I was 12, okay, so little backstory, but when I was 12, I remember hearing advertisements on the radio for Mind Seizure. And I would sit by the radio for hours on end waiting to call in and win tickets to go to this haunted house, because my parents were like, if you win, you can go, but we're not going to buy them. So I was like, okay, I got to win. And then the year after that, I got introduced to Hellscream, and I realized that they were like the same people and they were composed of the same things. So I was interested in that, and then I went and I got involved and I auditioned and I did all that. But I'm losing my train of thought. Where was this going? What was the original question? I'm sorry.
Like, why Hellscream?
Why Hellscream? Yes, it was the one that I was so excited to go see as a kid, but never got to. So when I got the opportunity to actually be involved, I was so excited. And then I was dumbfounded by how it worked, like behind the scenes and the makeup and the hair, and seeing everything with the lights on at such a young age before even going through a haunted house for the first time. And it was just amazing. And the people there were something that I had never experienced before, because even though I was so young, they were all so immediately willing to protect me and make sure that, you know, I didn't get harassed by a customer or, you know, or anybody for that matter. And it just kind of stuck with me. And then I felt like it was automatically home, which is weird for me being so young, but I just felt like it was home, even though everybody was in their 20s, 30 years old. And then hearing about other haunted houses and stuff, it didn't feel anything. Like, I was like, I have no interest to go see them. I have no interest to go work with them. I think I went and saw Haunted Minds once on a date very long ago, but other than that, I was just like, Hellscream. I'm gonna give them my attention, whether it be to go through acting, doesn't matter. It's just Hellscream was just my thing. I don't know.
That's awesome. And you did touch on like how everyone was so willing to protect you and it was very home. Do you feel like that home feeling is still very much a thing as we grow and as we expand?
Oh yes, and if not more now, that was English. If I feel it more now than anything. I don't know if that's maybe because I'm older or if it's because it is more of a home environment now. But to me, it feels like the people that I have made friendships with there and people that I've connected to, it's friendships that I'm going to have for the rest of my life, and people that I'm going to connect with for the rest of my life. And that's crazy to think of, because you think of these like connections and you're like, oh yeah, I made these connections in high school or at a job or something. And it's like, no, I made these connections with people at a haunted house I worked at. Like, that's just crazy, but that's cool because everybody there is so like-minded yet so different and unique in their own ways. It just works. It works.
It really does. And I love seeing how different and where everyone's backstory in their life and why they come to haunt. And in some ways we do attract a lot of wayward souls in some ways. It's something that our owner does talk about quite often. One of our owners does. It's interesting seeing how many people who have these backstories and what's going on with them and how they connect to other people and create these bonds, like you said, that last forever.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate you coming on and talking about all this. We are coming to the end of about the half hour now. You did amazing, by the way.
That went by so fast.
It did. I'm kind of surprised.
I think it's because I'm really awkward and nervous on camera, so I was like.
You are amazing. But I am going to wrap this up. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching, and thank you so much, Cayci, for coming on and painting blindly for us.
Thank you. I love it. I'm gonna go show my mom.
Do it. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and Cayci, I hope you have a wonderful day as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.